What's up, everyone? Uh, Let me just test out my music. If you are there, you can tell me if my voice is audible about the music. Today, I decided to just play some copyright free music so that I can, uh, break the silence. And we are here today to do some lettering of your names. So if you are watching, you can type the names in the comments and I will letter them. I have actually a list of names that I want to letter. So to keep things going along, I am going to start with one of the names in my list. Okay, so this is my screen. I am drawing on my iPad in the app called Procreate, and this one I have not posted this on Instagram yet. I did this yesterday to test out. And what I'm doing here is I am selecting retro styles, so I'm new to lettering, let me tell you that. So what I'm doing is I'm taking on references from Pinterest. So these are just references, and I'm taking names of my followers to just for practicing basically. So this one is what I want to decide I want to decide on a smaller name so that I can do this easily. And this is kind of the list I'm gathering. Let me see. Okay, I have a name here, Aryan Matre, or maybe I need some name which is similar in length. So this is 5 and this is 6 letters. I think that will work for a style like this. To begin, I'll just turn off this layer and you can see this clearly. So I'll just write down the name to start. Okay, this is the name. I'll hide the rest of the names and then just center it and increase the size so I know what the layout will be. I'll turn the opacity down and I'll just create a base, something like this, similarly inclined. So this is just going to be a base, and I'm going to make sure this big base pokes out from all sides, and the text will be overlapping on top. So on top of this, let me create the text and making sure I have fat chunky letters. And this is just me sketching out to start. We have Hamza here. Thank you for joining. Hello. Feel free to chat with me in the comments. Hi Harshad. I'll get to your name in a bit after I'm done with this. Please stick around if you want to see me. if you want to see me letter it. So I'm going to keep this simple so that I can do more in the live stream. And I'm going to draw some fat chunky letters. Guys who are here, just let me know if the music volume is okay or is it too loud, because I cannot judge it myself. I'm going to just block out the letters and I will block out the letters in a sort of similar style to this on the left here. I think I'll keep it straight, and I will make sure it is somewhat inside the rectangle that I have but still poking out. I'll just reduce the opacity of the base letters. So this is just the sketching stage. Hamza, I will get to the Hamza and Harshad both. I'll get to your names after I'm done with this. If you stick around, you'll get to see it, or you can watch it later when I save this live stream. Thank you for joining the live stream. So this channel has been dead for a long time, and I was hoping to revive it a bit with some live streams. Okay, that background tilted square is throwing me a bit off, so let me create some guidelines so that I remain in my horizontal. I can manage the horizontal lines. The warp tool in Procreate is my favorite tool because I can keep on manipulating my sketch until I'm happy with it. If you have any sort of questions related to my work, or face any issues in your work, feel free to ask me. This is your chance. Let me make sure the spelling is right. Mhattre. Okay. And this is me still blocking out the letters so that I can create my layout. See, again using the warp tool. I'll keep Aryan on top, overlapping on the letters. I hope Aryan Mhatre sees this letter later. Okay, now is the time to fix our background square so that the name pokes out on all sides. So for me this is just practicing lettering, as I am not really used to it. If you follow me, normally I am doing character art, so I thought about just taking up a new skill. That's why I'm doing the lettering. So Assorted Artist asks, once your work is done on Procreate, do you use Photoshop or any further processing work? The thing is, it depends on what we are using it as. Normally, if your work is going to be printed, you need to make sure the colors are better suited to print. For that, I use Photoshop on my desktop. But if it's just going to be on Instagram or any digital medium, you can test out all your colors and easily here. And the basic tools like the curves and the hue, saturation and exposure, you have it now in Photoshop. You didn't have that before, but now you have it in Photoshop, Procreate. So it's okay. Most of my time goes in Procreate. Like if you see, I'm doing comics, I use Procreate only to create all of them, and I'm more suited to Procreate uh, because I've been using it for 5 years now. Okay, so now as I told you, the top letters will be overlapping on the bottom. So I'm going to keep them completely visible. And this is my next iteration of sketching out the letters, and now making sure they reach this line. This is a bit lower than what I had drawn, so let me just take it down. I hope I answered your question. Now see, warp tool again, I'm using it to just get this lower. So I'm trying to maintain a line which is, let me just draw it for you. um, I'm, I'm trying to maintain this line, so the A comes up till here, so even the R comes here, the Y touches here. So I have some guidelines so that the letters don't go up and down, and the upper guideline also touches the letters. Now the Y is behind the R. Hamza says, I got an iPad 6 months ago and bought Procreate. Loving it so far. The Procreate is the best app on iPad, and it is a one-time purchase. So that's what I have been using. I also know artists who are using Adobe Fresco. The benefit that I see of Fresco is that it can also do vector. So it has vector brushes, which is missing from a raster software like Procreate. But if you are not going to print medium, you don't really need vector brushes. You can create your artwork as needed, in the dimensions needed, and you are still okay with it. Okay, now what I'm making sure, okay, so what I left out here is this N should be going till my bottom line, which is beyond the guideline that I've drawn here. So I have no experience using Fresco. I hear they have improved it a lot since the launch, but I am a purely Procreate fan, and I had been waiting for the Procreate Dreams for so long. If you have seen some reels that I have been experimenting with Procreate Dreams, so that forms a good companion app to this Procreate. They like creating short animations. If you notice, I have kept all the letters very much vertical here, so I'm going to continue with that, but maybe H I'll tilt it a bit so that it does not exactly line up with this, with the R. And what I'm doing here is not exactly It is purely drawing letters. I am sketching out the letters, so I have complete freedom. Most designers will prefer using a vector software to do lettering like this. Okay, like we created a guideline for the top letters, let's create one for the bottom as well, which is somewhere here, so that I have all the letters in one line. I'm using the eraser brush as I go, and I have kept another brush called Eagle Hawk in the eraser, as it covers more area than the pencil brush that I'm using. Now let's tilt the R also, so that it covers a bit of the space left by T. So guys, this is a very chill stream, and it's not very fast. So I don't know how much names I'll be doing, but I'll still do like 4 in maybe 1.5 hours. I've tilted the R in the other direction slightly to balance out the edge. And let's keep the E very much straight. Let's block it out first. Okay, now if you notice here, we have a slight thick border for the letters, so I'll just go and create that. So that I know how much of my rectangle will poke out. I don't need to create it here. I forget to zoom in. Okay, this is our border. So now finally let's manipulate the background square again before we finish it off. I'll just make it slightly curved as well. And let's see the centering. Pretty happy with it. Which is your go-to brush in Procreate? So the brushes that I use is this one, which is 6B pencil, and I have only manipulated maybe the grain size or the streamline option. That's all the editing I do in any brush. So this is 6B pencil, which I use for sketching. Then you can see these are my favorite brushes. So basically 6B pencil, and dry ink I use for inking, and Eagle Hawk I use for shading. Eagle Hawk is present in sketching, I think, or drawing, somewhere there. And these are all default brushes. Bono line I use for lettering sometimes. Then Studio Pen is for when you need smooth lines and still have pen pressure. And soft brush and this Bonobo chalk is for again some texture and shading. Hamza says, I am 15. What is the number one advice you will give for me as a young artist who will also like to be an artist in the future? Just draw a lot every day. Draw everything that you can, like things around you, things that you like. Just draw a lot. That is the only advice. You don't need to, and the finesse and the finishing is what comes with practice. But drawing a lot, visualizing in 3D perspective, these are things that you can incorporate while drawing. But draw a lot. Like fill up sketchbooks. You don't need to go after a single style. You don't need to, think about finishing the finishing touches of your work. But drawing a lot will always help. I will just collapse all of these layers now, and I will take it lower in opacity, and I'm choosing a black color. This is like, finally we'll go to this color, but we are using black for just visibility, and I'm using dry ink brush. Alright, by the way guys, I am very active in my DMs. If you have any questions for me, you can always reach out to me in my DMs, and I make it a point that all of the DMs are answered. Okay, so for things like A, what I like to do is create this whole line and then break it apart. For now, even the eraser I'll use dry ink so that I have the same texture while erasing, so it doesn't look different. Please drop any questions that you have in the comments. I'll get to them. Since this channel has been dead, it's not reaching out to a lot of people. I used to do live streams a year ago and have at least 10 people around. It's just doing everything is very much time intensive. You should make a tutorial or tips videos on lettering. Would love to watch it. I will get there, but since I am very new to lettering, I am still learning myself, so that's why I'm doing these live streams. It's been like 2 weeks since I am watching other artists do this kind of thing. Other than that, what I have been teaching all this while is doing character art. I also have a book about it, that you can get it in physical form as well as ebook if you are outside India. Okay, why is this A looking different? Because I'm not paying attention to what I have drawn before. Let's make it a bit similar to the first A. For outlining, I'm using dry ink brush, again a default brush found in inking in Procreate. You can use dry ink or studio pen for any kind of line work. And the only thing I have changed is maybe the streamlining and the texture grain, the scale of the texture that comes with it. Dry ink has this kind of textured outline, so I like it more than the studio pen brush, which is very clean. Okay, Aryan is done. What I want to be doing is create another outline on this. I always start with the sketching part because I want to create this outline which kind of overlaps on the letters below. Okay, let's make sure the bottom letters are also readable, and now on a different layer I'll draw the bottom letters, so in case I want to shift them around. As I said, I haven't changed much of the settings. This is the default dry ink brush. The only thing I changed is the, where do you have it, the stabilization. This you can change. If you want a smoother line, keep it on the right, but if you want it to follow more to your uh, hand, then you can keep it on the left. Right, it is smoother line. I keep it around 68%. This is purely a default brush. Let me make sure the layer is same. I added music to this live stream just because the last time I did it, it was very silent when watching later. So I hope that music is working out. It is just playing on a different browser in YouTube. Okay, I need double line here also. Should I do it later or now? Let's just do it now. Or maybe later, it's a better way. Let me just finish all these letters and we'll get to that. I guess I'll just complete this now as well. Let me pick up the pace, otherwise I'll be doing just one name. Are you guys following me on Instagram as well? I hope you are. That is where I share all my art. So what I will do now is let me fill up the letters. If I have left out some spot, it won't fill. Also, on top of this, I will so the problem I'm facing here is I want to add the thick outline. If I fill it now, I will lose my edge of the letter, so I'll just create a new layer, select gray and create this outline so I don't lose it. here I actually drew the outline. Any overlapping, I am just drawing this gray outline. Okay, now let's fill the black color. I'll do the same for Aryan as well. Okay, all the overlapping is done. Let's fill up all the letters. And now let's create the base. And actually along with the base, let's draw the square as well, the rectangle on the base. So now comes the moment of truth when I will be filling this all up with the black. I'll collapse the Aryan Mhatre. Something is open. Yeah, here it is. Okay, and now let's invert, make the letters white and also make the gray lines black. And now let's just touch up anything that is not looking nice, like this R here. Just checking the in between, making sure everything is readable. I think for the M, let's make it a bit more readable. Okay, now I want to hide all the sketch layer to make sure this is also looking nice with the corner. And enough of spending time here. Let's make it the blue color that it is. First the base, then the using hue saturation to make it darker to match my reference. Filling the same for the other thing, and let's add these pops of color with a slightly magenta color but not too saturated, and again this is on a different layer. Let's add the plus here. I'm just copying the design. But I can move around the places where it is there. Yes, Harshad, I'll do yours second next. So I just copied the style, added my own custom name, and what we have here is a finished text. Okay, let's get to your name finally. Harshad Sonavne, let me see, is that what you want me to do? Now the style I'm going to change for every name. I'll just put all of the existing ones in a group so that I can hide it. Let me write down the name. Make sure the spelling is correct. Harshad. Sonawane. Alright. I just keep this here. Let's find you a naming style. I think I want to keep it simple, but also let me write it down in script. Can you see here? This is I think that is not visible here, but see this. So this is like this. I'll keep it slant. I want to keep it simple and slant. I think I'll write your name in a script form. And this is me just scribbling first. So since you don't have any letters which are coming down, I will add this line, and similar to this I will cut the line here and make the edge lower. This is just a starting stage, which is the ugly stage. We'll slowly add things to make it better. Okay, we have your first name here, and the last name, I think I'll keep it bold. So let me just write it down. Did I switch the layer? Yes, I did. So I can use my transformation tools to get it in line. I'll just hide the initial name. Let's use warp to fix our layout, and then I will start sketching on top. It's good to have contrast between the first name and the last name so that it's readable as two separate words. So I want to find an H where this H line continues on the right. Let's try to find an H from all my references here. See, I'm not used to writing letters, so I tend to find references to have me guide along. So I'm seeing this H here. It will just start out with that, but slowly we will switch to our own style. So I want to continue this, and I will make this look better on the baseline. Okay, that looks good to me. This is again my first iteration. Slowly we will make it look better. And I'm not going to go in the 3D text here. I am going to keep it simple, just white on yellow like the other reference. Okay, let us sketch the whole name. This is me scribbling. And since it's a separate layer, I can use again my transform tools to get everything in line. Let me just go back to our original one. It's good to keep letters similar looking, so the A and D has similar fronts. Now again we went a bit over our space here, so let's get it back. Use warp tool. I'm keeping these letters rounded on top so that it looks similar to the H that we have, the big H that we have here. It's all trial and error how it will flow. If you're there, Harshad, I hope this is going well. But you don't have any say in it because I'll be moving forward. Now for the bottom, let's create the guidelines before we proceed. So these letters I'm keeping it quite sort of blocky. just to keep some cohesion with the first one. Actually, let's do this from the left. So to keep this element going, I'm making the N also the same way. Let's create some vertical guidelines as well to help me align these letters. I can copy these letters to avoid redrawing them. I'll combine all of them and get it in line. This is why I love the walk tool. And now let's just figure out where this should be. Maybe it should be a bit smaller as well. To end it at the same line. I think if I keep it this much, I'll just hide the guidelines for now. If I keep it just below the horizontal line, it also looks good. So I'll keep that. And I have the whole name to center. Let's tone down the opacity, select black, select dry ink brush. I am using not the paper like screen protector, but a similar screen protector by ESR which you get in India for under $1,000 actually, and it is quite good. But also remember that it will wear out your pencil nibs faster. And each pencil nib is about $400, which lasts me just about 2 months with daily drawing. If you're not drawing daily, it will last you more. So it's quite expensive. You can use those cheaper tips that you get, which you can attach to your pencil nib. Harshad says, really happy being watching this session live. I am really happy that you are here. Okay, question. Do you like me doing the lettering, or do you want me to do live streams of the normal stuff that I do, like characters and comics and superheroes, as that is what I like doing. Would you like to see more character art or more lettering for me from me? Just reviewing, looking at it from. Hey Pawan, thank you for joining the live session. So I have been doing some lettering art and decided to revive my YouTube channel because this is more easy. Doing live in lettering is easier than doing whole characters. That's what I'm doing. Lettering is definitely more interactive, but what if I take up like photos from you guys and then create those characters live? Maybe you can join the live session, maybe you can see the recording. I think this is more interactive, but you can even suggest me if suggest me things like what to draw. I'll come up with some topics, categories which I can draw, like maybe doodling things, and then we'll come up with artwork together. Is that something that you'll be interested in watching? So as you can see, I'm not using a calligraphy brush here. I am actually sketching out the letters. So drawing the letters, that's why it's like hand drawn lettering or hand lettering that it's called. Yes, Hamza, doing your faces is a great idea. The only problem is people can't submit photos while doing the live session. That's where that gets stuck. So I have to take the photos from you guys before. Now I'm doing this thick and thin thing, but I don't really know if it's working. I think what I'll do is I will make these spaces evenly thick. Like the thickness can't go beyond a certain extent, and that works better. I'm just looking at it from far to see if it's working. Like, see, this edge has gone thicker than needed. Yes, Pavan, hero poses of people also a good idea. The issue is I won't be able to go through more than one in a single live stream. So I'm trying to figure out how to get to a middle ground where I get some interaction as well and also do some epic art. Okay, what I think is I need to stick to more to the reference and get this more even, forget all the thick and thin things. See, it's all an iterative process. What looks good. I know you like the S, but I'm going to mess it up a bit to make it even better. According to me, you can say that the previous one was better, but I didn't like the way the thickness was going around. So, and I'm keeping the edges curved other than the ends. So it's all about keeping things cohesive to make them work together. The A has become different. I need to keep the A same. Thank you for the amazing tips, Pawan. That and yes, I have a Discord channel already. About 50 people are there, but I am finding it difficult to get people interact more. Interaction is what keeps the artist going. So if you want to join my Discord server, I will post the link in a story. The thing with Discord is the link keeps expiring. For the edge, I will just keep the thickness a bit thick. Okay, enough with the first name. Let's combine these layers and move on to the text here. What I'll do is, okay, I forgot, first I had to extend this. So this is the layer. Okay, what I'll do with this text is I will draw the lines first and then cut out the letters. So I have the base lines already in place. It will keep it going. And I can cut out these lines from the horizontal lines. What this ensures is everything remains in a straight line. Harshad asks, do you recommend any other online courses regarding lettering from Skillshare on any other website, basic and advanced? So the recent course that I saw, and I've been following that artist for a while now, is by Chris Piasek. So it's called CHRISPIASCIC. I think that's the name, that's something similar. He has a YouTube channel as well with the same name, and also a course on Skillshare. So that artist is highly recommended, as I am picking up a lot of tips from him. Pawan says nice music, thank you. So it's like I found some random copyright free music track on YouTube to play during these live streams. First time I'm playing the music, so I was worried whether the music levels will be balanced or not. It's going on great. Pawan, how's work going? Don't you have work today? glad you could take out some time to watch me do this live. Since just the last couple of weeks, I have taken up this challenge to draw some hand lettering things. See how the horizontal lines help doing this faster and keeping it in the same line. I'm cutting out these shapes. And also making sure that the thickness is maintained across letters. YouTube suggested this live. So this is my third live stream after restarting this, and YouTube is suggesting more and more people, and that's a good sign. It's been over a year since I posted anything. Okay, last couple of letters. Harshad, if you are there, if you like this artwork, you can email me or DM me and share your email. I can send you the image that I created here. Let's get the thickness correct. Okay, let's see a final time how this is looking. Turn off our sketch. Since I'm using Procreate and not a vector software, this still has, textured and imperfections as I've done this with hand, and I quite like that thing. I like the imperfections. Okay, final step, let's get the colors. I'll combine these letters. I'll add a yellow for the base, match it to our reference here. It's always good to use references for these things so that you don't have to worry about it not looking good. And that's your final name. I hope you like it, Harshad. Let's just center it. And I like to add this texture, paper texture, and so that it looks a bit paper like. Hamza, if you are still here, drop in your full name so that I will do it next. Please drop in your full name or maybe just the name that you want me to do. Hamza, I'm talking to you. Pawan, I'm doing animation in Procreate Dreams. If you're seeing my reels, that's what I like doing, the 2D animation. Yeah, brand new software is very hard to get into. Hamza, I'm waiting for your name, the name that you want me to draw. Okay, that's too many words. I would like to have your first and last name. Or I'll just be spending a couple of hours doing that. Hamza Ghaffar or just Hamza? Let me know. Let's find a style. So we have H's on both sides. So we have a very vertical and not not good for rounded letters. Otherwise, I wanted to do one with a circle today, but we have vertical letters. So let's do something like this, or I want very strong letters. Okay, let's do this. Okay, you want AG, so AG. But I'll be doing in letters like this. So let's just sketch out and see how it goes. I'll just draw my starting rectangle first. Please bear with me as I'm quite new to lettering. I'm just doing this to get more interaction. Okay, since it's a longer name, I will just collapse this now only, make this shorter. And now let's block out the letters first. So that's H, that's A, that's M, that's Z, A, H going outside, what if we do 2 lines? So that's Hamza, and then there will be AG, which will be on top like this. The music has some thunder right now, thunder and rain in the music going on here. Okay, so that's our name. I luckily found some great vibing music. It's going on great. Okay, this is my entire layout. Just getting some guidelines down. Let's start with the letters. I'm giving it slight tilt, just like my reference here. This is quite rough right now. Slowly it will come to, it will get better. Let's do the next layer, which is A and G. People who are still here, where are you joining from? I would always like to know what part of the world you are joining the live stream from. Let's add some thickness to the letters now. So I'm adding this thickness to the letters to make them 3D, and then we will erase what is not needed. So wherever it's overlapping, I'm erasing the bottom layer, and also let's erase the guidelines. Thank you, Hamza. I am glad you liked it. I'm getting to my reference here, slowly reaching there. Let's add some of those extra things. Now let's center it. I'll hide my guidelines. Collapse all these sketch layers, and let's do the inking now. So for the inking, again I am using the dry ink brush. Let's pick up the pace. So this time, since the lines will be visible in the final artwork, you need to be careful. Yeah, looking better already. I don't want to make these lines perfectly straight. It will lose the character of the handwritten font. Otherwise you could easily do that by holding the line. Like you can draw and hold the line, make it perfectly straight, but I like to keep it in this hand lettered state. Hamza says, yep, I never use straight lines. It looks good without them. exactly. Unless you are doing vector art, yes, this gives a natural character to the lines. Let's close off the shape and fill. Yeah, looking good. Almost done. Yes. The most exciting part is adding colors. Can't wait to add colors. Inking is done. Let me just hide my sketch layers and clean up some part of it. Now what I want to do is add, first check if this is centered, because I want to add the background as well. And instead of doing it pink, I want to do it slightly pastel blue, and to color these letters I'm putting my inking layer to reference mode and then creating a new layer below it so that everything remains in the line. Hira Sindhu says, this is so good. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining this live stream. So I'm just using continue filling option and dropping my colors. And since my ink layer is on the reference mode, this just acts perfectly. Now for the background, let's fill the base color first, a sort of red. Let's remove this from reference. Hira says, can you make one for me? I guess you're too late for this stream, but do join the next stream. I'm going to do like 2 or 3 during the week, and I'll announce them on my stories as well. Or you can follow the YouTube channel to get notified in advance, because I've done, this is my third name or second, I don't remember, but yeah, this is my third name for this live stream. Do catch it the next time. Zavati says, hello, you don't have to illustrate my name, but I wanted to subscribe and drop a like. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much for watching this live stream. I am trying to revive my channel, as I did these streams more than a year ago, but I'm trying to get back to it and just get more people watching my art. I feel I'm lacking in marketing. It helps get more work as an artist, so I'm a full-time artist. And thank you so much, whoever you are watching this either live or recorded. Okay, what I want to do is try to emulate the same kind of thing. So I'm going to turn on my symmetry. So drawing guide, I'm going to turn on the symmetry option and create. I'm picking the same layer, put this in screen mode, and now I can do something like this, which will be will create the effect that we want from the reference, and then we can reduce the opacity and we have one more line in the same part, so let's create one more. But this time I'm turning on drawing assist, but I am also editing this as quadrant, no, radial but rotational symmetry. And what it does is it will try to keep it in one side of this line, so it's not all symmetric. Okay, let's do that once more. So as you can see, I'm not doing it long enough. So here as you can see in this band. This is here, but in the next band it is on also on the right side, so it's sort of balances out. It's not exactly symmetrical. I'm turning off my drawing guide. And Hamza, this one is for you. Thank you for joining my live stream. Zavadi says no problem, I know how hard it can be to get back to it. Thank you for joining my live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to keep the recording and I'm going to announce more live stream during the week. So subscribe to my channel. Also follow me on Instagram. It's of the same ID, sketchup20. I share all my work there. And see you guys. Bye bye. Yeah, if you want these mailed to you, whoever I've drawn your names, just drop me a DM with